Hello everyone, I'm Rise, and today let's talk about Hell Mode. I think before jumping straight into Hell Mode, it would do some good to learn about the motivation behind running Hell Mode, as well as the many detriments. There is a reason why a lot of people run Hell Mode after all. Hell Mode is how you get epic ranked equipment in DFO. Epics are for the most part endgame equipment. A lot of equips are BIS, or best in slot. This means they are the best possible gear for that equipment slot. If you want to see the variety of existing Hell Mode equipments, I suggest using DFOpedia. That's an in-game function, and as you can see on the screen right now, I'm using it to search up existing epic equips. Some epics come in sets too. This means they have set bonuses much like Chronicle gear, and a lot of the time the set bonuses from epics are in fact greater than the set bonuses you can get from Chronicle gear. So what's the catch? Epic equipment drop rate is pathetically low. In fact, according to a lot of users, Hell Mode drop rates for epics are anywhere between 2% to 5%. This means after 30 Hell Modes, you can expect one epic equipment drop, and each run of Hell requires around 20 Hell invites. In the current market, that means Hell runs generally cost millions apiece. In simpler terms, getting the epics you want is goddamn expensive. This is the reason why you don't see people with full epics running around in the game. Here's my advice. If you are at endgame level, which is 85, you can start the grind for epics. Or you can start the grind for legendaries, whichever you prefer. Depends on your goals. The idea is to get an epic weapon of your choosing and grind till you eventually get one. This means you will most likely need to spend several thousand demon invites, so start saving up. While you are doing your Hell Mode grind, you should also consider grinding for an OV set of your choice. Although OV sets generally can't compare to epic sets, they are still endgame and are much easier to grind for, so I would get to it. It should approximately take you 2 to 3 months of grinding to get a set of your choice. This means endgame you should attempt to get a full Chronicle set and an epic or legendary weapon. This is the cheapest means to be a geared endgame player in my opinion. Let's move on now that you have an understanding of the motivation behind running Hell Mode. Now it's time to factor in where to run Hell Mode in order to get the weapon you want. First of all, in order to run Hell Mode, you need to complete the entire grandest questline for Hell. If you don't see the questline show up, this means you didn't meet the requirements. I suggest you finish up all the old epics you missed till you see it appear, or until you can access Hell in general. DFOpedia is your friend here. You can search out the weapon you want, and underneath the info section it'll even tell you where to find the epics. You can find epics via Grandis, epic pots, or grinding Hell in general. Now here's the deal. There's a lower bound and upper bound for epic items. The grinding spot for epics at certain level range stops after you exceed the level. This is displayed in the info tab as well. For example, 7th Luck, a level 75 short sword, can only be found in dungeons with mob levels of 73 to 82. I've listed on the screen the level ranges for epic drops. For level 60 epics, you can get them generally at Grandis or Pots. For level 65 epics, the level range is 63 to 72. For 70 epics, it is 68 to 77. For 75 epics, it is 73 to 82. For 80 epics, it is 78 to 200. And for 85 epics, it is 82 to 200. You will notice there is an overlap of levels. This is very important to remember. In certain dungeons you enter for Hell Mode, the item pool of epic equips is drastically higher. This means getting the epic equip you want is lower than it should be. And the levels listed here aren't the dungeon levels, but rather the mob levels. That is a very important point to remember as well. So if you enter a dungeon that has mob levels 68 when you want an epic from a 65 pool, that is a big mistake, since you just expanded the number of epics by including all the level 70 epics as well. If you choose a dungeon with mobs at level 65 instead, you'd have a greater chance for success since the pool is much smaller. Generally speaking, if you're trying to get a 75 epic, your best bet will be grinding Hell at Awakening. For 80 or higher epics, Grindine would be the better choice. For anything below 75, you can grind Hell at Ghent or Oceanic Express anywhere you wish to. With that preliminary information covered, here's a little trick you can use to save FP. Get the stamina recovery potion from the auction house, and as soon as you clear hell mode of your choice, leave the dungeon. This will save you valuable fatigue and maximize the number of hell modes you can run in a day. Let's briefly cover the enemies you'll be facing in hell. Simply put, enemies in hell vary, and they can be very dangerous. So you need to be careful, and you might even want to bring sacred blessings and other stat potions to help you defeat the enemies. Sometimes you can get one shot if your defense is weak enough. After that, hell mode by itself can drop other items such as demon eyes. You can exchange demon eyes for more hell invites, or you can try to use them to buy hell pots from Grandis. It's up to you. You could also get more demon eyes by disassembling epics. Hell mode drop rate also differs depending on the kind of hell mode you get. There's two types, hardcore hell mode and insane hell mode. Insane has a 4% chance of dropping epics, while hard has a 1% chance. The higher difficulty road you choose, the higher the chance of entering insane hell mode. So it's a good idea to pick the highest difficulty you can manage. I think I've covered as much as I could in a short span of time. Let me know if I missed anything, and I hope this has been informative for you. Time to go grab a sub.